Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be doing my personal build on Lisa. Now Lisa's a really cool character. She's a free-to-play character and she gets a lot more interesting, a lot more fun when you get her constellations. And once I acquired C6 of her, it completely changed my view of the character and how I wanted to play her and how I wanted to use her. I changed everything about her. So starting off, these are her Ascension previews. But what I meant was her current stats: 55 crit rate, 177 crit damage. It's decent numbers. We have a decent amount of elemental mastery and some electro damage bonus. The usual suspects. For her weapon, we have the Witsith R5. The Witsith is one of my favorite weapons, man. It just gets better and better. The more you use it, the more you can utilize it and on different characters and whatnot. It's just all around just so good. So the effect is when the character takes the field, they'll gain a random theme song for 10 seconds, and that can only occur once every 30 seconds, which is very important in Lisa's case. So you get one that's increases your attack by 120%, one increases elemental damage by 96%, and one that increases elemental mastery by 480 flat, not percent. And this is all refinement 5, of course. So the reason why when the character takes the field is important is that 30 seconds is kind of a steep time, and you only get the effect for 10 seconds, but it's still very much useful because you're switching in and out of Lisa very like fast. Like you're not using her that much, so even though you have to wait some time or whatever to get the full effect, it's like it doesn't matter. It's like she's good with it, she's better. I mean, she's good without it, better with it, you know? There are other weapons you can definitely use instead. Kagura's Verity definitely work if you want to go for like a full like EM, thousand floating dreams. Pretty solid. False Prayer if you need something with just the crit rate. But like if you don't have the Widsith, then you have this like decent. Solar Pearl is decent. And there's another one that was pretty good. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I already said it. Yeah. Kagura's Verity, yeah. Kagura's Verity is probably the best, but I don't have an extra one. Whatever. For her artifacts, I have 2-piece Electro and 2-piece Gilded Dreams. Now, you can go like a plethora of different things. You can go like a 4-piece Electro, you can go Paradise, like the Lost Paradise artifact set. You can go like 2-piece Elemental Mastery, or 2 different 2-piece Elemental Masteries. There's a couple of different routes you can go. I personally like this one because it's what I had the artifacts for. So we have a crit rate hat, some decent crit damage. We have a Electro Goblet, pretty solid rolls. There's like nothing in crit rate, but everything else is pretty solid. We have an attack hourglass. I think I had I had this because I have to switch around some stuff. I don't have an elemental mastery sands because artifact grind has been insane. I meant to switch it out, but I sadly just don't have one. It's I just never could get one with some crit sub to that. But I recommend using that an elemental mastery one over attack because while it's not like completely focused on reactions, it's better to do with reactions than just her electro damage. We have an attack, wow, feather of course, pretty solid rolls, and we have the crit rate flower. Like I said, there's a couple of different artifacts that you can run, and while some of these aren't the best, like some of these I've been using since like very early on, so it's just a little tricky to replace because I don't have like extras that are any good, and the electro set's kind of like a pain in the ass to farm because I just I don't have like the spare resin, and I'm using like my like fodder artifacts for the cryo set right now, so I just haven't been able to update her a little bit. This is like mostly complete, but hey man, we're doing our best. It works really well either way. So moving on to our constellations. So constellation 1, Lisa regenerates 2 energy whenever you hit an opponent with her burst, which is like yeah, you use some energy back, but it's like whatever. It's not like that important. I'm sorry, Violet Arc isn't her burst. That's her skill. Her constellation 2, holding Violet Arc, which is her skill, increases defense and resistance to interruption. Like power armor, like you get like increased defenses, increased resistance, so you won't be interrupted and you'll be less likely to be one-shotted. It's not like it won't happen if they're strong enough or if she's like at like low enough health. Like they can take her out while you're charging it because it has like kind of a long charge. Really practical to use her with the shield character because of that, or maybe even like what's his name, Xingqiu. Definitely options to keep in mind, but this does help. Like sometimes the shield breaks and her little resistance to interruption because of you're holding it comes in clutch. This increases C3 increases her burst by 3 levels. C4, her burst unleashes 1 to 3 lightning bolts when it attacks. Is like, I don't even know what that looks like. I don't even know if that's important, but it happens. So it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't pay attention. I don't really care for anything, paying attention to anything with her burst because it's not totally useful in this like build. Like it has one application, but it comes up a little bit later. C5, very important, increases her skill by 3 levels. And C6, which is the most important, which is kind of sucks because it's like hard to get constellations for a character like Lisa, but if you do manage to get it after all this time, definitely worth it. When Lisa takes the field, she applies 3 stacks of Violet Arc's conductive stacks onto nearby enemies, and this can only occur once every 5 seconds. And when you switch into her, she has like a little aura around her that like kind of like goes outward. It's like a key push from like Dragon Ball Z or something, and it just maxes the stacks on the nearby opponents, which is so important. So moving on to her talents, her attack stuff, normal stuff. You want to look at it, pause it, and her skill, which is the most important thing. We built everything around. Why C6 is so important to get the stacks on enemies. So when you press it, you throw a little lightning orb, and it increases the stacks, or the stacks by 1, maximum being 3, and you hold it for like a pretty long time. It'll hit all the enemies within a radius of where it's held, and it'll do a crazy amount of damage. And the damage, of course, goes up for each stack you have on that enemy. And the numbers are like insane. So like, yeah, you have a little press cooldown, and it's like 1 second, so you can like spam the stacks on them. And what's it called? The damage when you press it, it's like whatever. Now, when you hold it, like look at these, like 3 stacks, 974% at, what is this, 9? Yeah, because the next one will be 10, yeah. And at 10, or technically 13, 1,000%. That is absolutely bonkers. 1,000% just for taking the field and using it. And the hold cooldown is 16 seconds, so the first time you use it, you get the benefit from the Widsith of the song, whichever song it may be. And then the next time you use it, you're gonna miss out on it because the 30 seconds haven't passed. But then it's good to go for the next time. So it's not like, oh man, you miss out a little bit, but who cares? Whatever, man. You're doing 900 and something %. And then her burst, not like the craziest. Summons a lightning rose that unleashes powerful lightning bolts, launching surrounding launching surrounding opponents and dealing electro damage. This lightning rose will continuously emit lightning to knock back opponents and deal electro damage throughout the ability's duration. It lasts for 15 seconds, 20-second cooldown, energy cost, discharge damage. Discharge damage? Whoa. It's not that important. It used to be like the main reason why I played her, because like off field like electro application is like cool. But it's not as important now. And her passive talents are like it's like doo-doo. So when you hit an enemy with a charge attack, it increases their violet arc stack, which is like maybe if you don't have C6, you can still like do this build, but relying on charge attacks, it's, you know, you're using up stamina, it takes a lot longer, it's one enemy at a time, it's not going to work out as much. You could possibly do it if you're maybe using her against boss fights, but it's not as fun to utilize her in this build against bosses. It's mainly made to just plow through like hordes of enemies at one time. Next up we have this that makes her like her lightning rose, her burst a bit more useful. So opponents hit by lightning rose have their defense decreased by 15% for 10 seconds. That's pretty cool. So it's like it's free. Usually you might as well use it. So, and then oh yeah, before we go over the strategy, general pharmaceutics, you know, potion refund. No one makes potions. No one that I know makes potions. It's like, if you're making potions, man, you're like probably do a bit too much. You probably need to take some time to exercise, read a book, or do something a little bit more productive in life. But yeah, if you don't want to, keep making potions, I'm gonna refund with Lisa. Now the way to play her is you throw down some. Personally, I like to do hydro applications. Alright, enough of that. Personally, I like to do hydro applications because it's a lot more fun when because you're hitting everyone at the same time. They're all wet and it's electro charge. It's like jumping all over the place. It just looks a lot more fun. So you get someone, do that. If the enemy's already grouped up, which they likely are, if they're like surrounding you, if they're a bunch of melee, like hilichurls or something, then whatever. You switch to Lisa, because they have to be very close to you. And then the song plays, or whatever, and she applies the stacks on all the enemies. And then from there, you hold down her skill until until you get like the cue with like a little lightning and the sky is all dark. And then you let it rip, you do crazy damage, and then electro charge and all that. Damage is like constantly bouncing around. I was wrong. Hold on. You switch to Lisa, and then you use her burst. Use her burst first to decrease their defense, and to get the just to get the defense decrease. I used to play it with 4-piece Noblesse. So I was gonna say use it to get the buff from that, but that's not my life anymore. I've changed from that. But you certainly do use her burst, and then you switch, and then you hold down the skill. And if you have some kind of like off-field hydro support or hydro applications, it doesn't even have to be hydro. It could be pyro as well. It could be dendro, whatever you want, man. Like I'm not forcing your hand. I'm not forcing your cards or anything. That's just personally what I like to do. And like you really let some damage rip. It's extremely fun. It's like it's not like crazy powerful, and there's a lot of like investment you have to put into Lisa. It's more so like a niche thing to do, but it is a fun thing to do. Not like I don't think I'm certainly not the first person to come up with this, but I didn't see anyone else talking about this until like Lisa's alternate outfit came out. And let's be real here. You know, even though her alternate outfit is new, cool, exciting because it's different. Let's be real. Like the purple witch is it's just too hard, bro. Like look at it. Like you can't beat these hats, bro. I've always wanted like a wizard hat. I never noticed that it has a lantern at the edge. Can't beat it. Way too cool. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my Lisa build showcase. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys are building your Lisas, and let me know why the purple rose outfit is better than the Upsoak A. What the hell is that word? I've never seen that word. Yeah. So let me know why this outfit is better than her others. And thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out some of my other character builds. Check out some of my tier lists. Check out some of my music compilations. And take care.